Okay, great day, folks. This is Christopher King, JD, former trial attorney, former daily news reporter, former weekly news reporter, former NWSLCB legal chair, blah, blah, blah. Okay, community activist. Here's what I want you to know. It's been 9 years since I-502 was passed, and they systematically went through and got rid of all the blacks that were there in medical, all right? And then it's been a year now since the task force was created. There's still no licenses delivered. And why is Paul Sardinez no longer on the task force?
Yeah, good evening to you. Since marijuana became legal in this state, many of those who have profited off of it have been white. Meanwhile, the black community's relationship with marijuana dates back to the war on drugs, and it has not been good. Today, there are still many black men and women in prison for marijuana crimes, many of which were arrested on the same corners where some of these pot shops are opening their doors here today. So this new task force, co-chaired by 2 black women, says it will be unapologetic in its effort to include the black community.
Guys, I've came from Twitter. Do not kick me. You guys are about to be raided by a group of people. Just put the meeting on hold and then just start kicking random people.
Okay,
Yo, kick this guy. I don't know what he's talking about.
Ben, listen to this, because this is the height of corruption.
I'm listening.
All right. What they told him was that you could get your license back, Negro, but what you're going to have to do, you're going to give away part of your business. All right? And this... All right, folks, off. Alexa, off. Folks, this is going to be a really big show, as Ed Sullivan used to say, a really big show. And we're going to get right into it in a moment. Some folks are going to be joining me. And we're going to talk about Kevin Shelton is here. What's up, brother? He's got to sign on. Hey, Alex, the live feeds could be rather boring. That's your thing, man. You know, law can be boring. And that's part of the whole reason that they get us is because people fall asleep on the legal shit, dude. Not my fault. I try to make it lively, you know, do the best I can, brother. It's the subject matter that matters. And that's all I can say. So stick around if you care. I mean, I always love you, brother. Thank you for being frank. I mean, you know, that's all you can be. But, you know, law is boring. Not the way I practice it, but it is, you know, and that's where they get us because we just get lulled into complacency and we're like, oh, God, all this legalese and this and that. But stick around for this one, Alex, and hop on the Zoom if you want to. And you're going to get really kind of amazed by what Kevin has to say today, all right? Because I'm not going to say that much today. Kevin's going to do most of the talking. Hi, John Novak. How are you, brother?
Good. How's it going?
I'm going well. And let me introduce everybody to the mascot. It's Pepper. Oh, it's a good girl, Pepper. It's a good girl, Pepper. All right. So let's get right into it, folks. Let me get my glass of vino here. Pepper has seen fit to bring me a scone from outside, whereabouts unknown on the scone. All right. Pepper doing her bit to keep things clean around the neighborhood. All right, so folks, I'm going to start off today with a short clip of a man that has been very inspirational to me. I met him about 11 years ago before he passed. His name is Reuben Hurricane Carter. So I think I will, what I will do is share the screen so that is visible to everybody. Then we'll get right into this, okay? Share screen. Go. Okay, there. All right. I always have trouble with this because I'm kind of inept. I'm screen sharing now. All right. And here comes Reuben Hurricane Carter. All right. Just a couple seconds of him. I hope you can hear what he's saying. This was back in Boston a few years ago.
What's the dad's dream? To change. Your dream becomes your aim. And only with a permanent aim can anything be accomplished. Everything that helps you to achieve your aim, to achieve your dream, becomes your real, your right, your good, and your true. And everything that turns you away, slows you down, or saps your energy is wrong. It's a lie. It's not real. Only with a permanent aim can anything be accomplished. Because without a permanent aim, your truth and falsehood, your right and wrong, your good and bad is as endless as you are.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. And the whole legal system is aimless. And yeah, it really is. And we're here today because, well, it's not aimless. It has an aim, and it has an aim to destroy people. It has an aim to destroy medical cannabis in general and Blacks in specific. So I'm going to come out of the share. And, basically, guys, I'm here to help. I was an NAACP legal chair. I've won civil rights trials, worked for a daily newspaper, worked for a Black-owned weekly newspaper, top 50 law school, won jury trials, blah, 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 blah. And because of that, I do videos, and this young man right here saw these videos, and he's going to talk about what happened to him in cannabis now.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Loud and clear, brother.
Okay. First of all, my name is James Kevin Shelton. And so back in about 2011, April to be exact, myself and my brother formed Lifetree Incorporated. And we did the proper paperwork. We went down, got the Secretary of State paperwork from Olympia. We got the City of Seattle license. I still have copies of all that too. So we started our business under the Initiative 692, the Medical Use of Marijuana Act. And we operated, under that legal framework from 2011 to 2016 without any troubles, never had any warnings, nothing from Seattle, nothing from unincorporated King County, nothing. The sheriff was in that jurisdiction. And here's the thing, the funny thing was the sheriff's office was 3 buildings down from our dispensary, and we never had one problem in that neighborhood.
Right.
So mind you that this neighborhood called Skyway is the highest crime area in Seattle. We never had one incident in our tenure there, not even a fight in the parking lot. Not one police officer was called, to our area. Actually, we used to joke with the sheriff that when we started selling cannabis, the crime went down in that area.
Yeah.
So fast forwarded on up to about mid 2015, we started getting letters from, at the time, who we thought were police officers that worked for the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board. That we needed
time out. Since some of you may know, there's a federal lawsuit involved with John Novak and Sinjo, Raylene Hall, and me about this issue. Why did you believe that they were actual police officers, sir?
I believe that because they had badges on their belts along with big guns. So that was enough. And they said they were, agents for the Liquor Cannabis Board. That was enough to pretty much scare us away. It was a lot of murders of our people going down, on the news at that time too. So, I mean, we didn't want to be on the receiving end of any of those threats that they gave us. We were also threatened that we would have to possibly pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, in back taxes. But on up until, they started establishing the Cannabis Board, we never got any kind of letter about taxes or about anything. So it was just a scare tactic to get us, out of the way so they could, run the monopoly that they're running now.
Yeah, I wanted to say hello. Ann Continelli has joined us. We've worked together on another similar to Hurricane Carter. We worked together on another case involving Daryl Jones, wrongfully imprisoned in the Boston area for 32 years. And that's part of how I came to meet Hurricane Carter. And so she is following assiduously. Want to give her some big ups for doing what she's doing. And also, I want to dedicate this whole show right now to my man, James Burlow. It's his birthday today. And if you're on my blog or on my page, James Burlow is a Facebook friend of mine. He is a white firefighter who fought assiduously for minorities, and he paid the price for that. I have video about him. But anyway, back to the show.
All right.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Okay, so where do we leave off at?
You were just getting established.
Okay. Yeah, so
I asked you why they were cops. You explained that. And
yes. So we decided that we would probably, be on the losing end of this ordeal. A lot of the other stores were closing down. So we decided in about June of 2016 to just go ahead and not risk, the prison that we were being threatened that we would possibly be facing,
Sure.
Myself and my brother, both have, my brother has 3 children, I have 3 children. And, we don't have any time to lose sitting in a prison for something that they're letting other entrepreneurs. These guys are considered entrepreneurs and we're considered potential criminals, and, if there's a case with the guy named Ryan Kunkel, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ryan Kunkel. He started Have a Heart.
Yep, I remember him.
Yep.
Yeah, so this guy was taking grocery bags full of $20 bills into the Secretary of State's office, Secretary of Treasury's office in cash and getting receipts for it. And he's a businessman now. He's got, he's earned over $100 million. He was never considered a criminal. He actually helped them to crack some of their own people when the IRS tried to. Did you guys read about that one? The IRS.
Yes, and our expert witness, Frank Giese, was one of those people too, because Frank Giese was with them. Okay, so yeah, dude, yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah.
So these guys are allowed to stay in business. We were lied to. We were all
later on they did screw Frank. Let me tell you, they screwed him later. But go ahead.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Oh really?
We were all told that the medical would be allowed to exist and that we would be licensed and regulated and have rules to follow, and then they would bring on medical. Recreational.
Yeah, folded in. Yeah.
There was no language before the 502 law was passed. There was no language about there was no language of a lottery or of stores being shut down. It was all supposed to be regulated and legalized. So once they got everybody's votes under the deceptive advertising that did say we want to just take this out of the hands of the cartels and make it safe for everybody and license the people that are in business. Now, as soon as the law passed, well, guys, thanks for creating the $1 billion market for us and laying down the framework. We love you, but get out of the way or you're going to go to jail so we can do it ourselves and give it to our people. And that's what happened.
You're similar to Breon Corbray, except you weren't subject to the criminal treatment because you bailed.
We bailed. We decided not to stay and fight. We didn't want to have anything to do with the criminal justice system on any kind of a level.
Yeah.
So we basically stayed under the radar until recent, because I didn't find out until I read the article in 2020 in the South Seattle Emerald online newspaper that these guys didn't even, these guys, meaning the Liquor Cannabis Board, they weren't even licensed as officers. They didn't have the basic law enforcement academy training license, and that their own superiors, the state of Washington, said, no, we're not gonna license you because it's considered an overreach. It's a conflict of interest. You're a regulatory agency. So
that's our girl, and that's about our lawsuit. And that's we worked with her so hard to get that done. And at the time, you know, she was getting ready because she's working for what you call now. Oh, what's the name of this guys? I can't think right. She's working for a really nice organization, nice news organization now. Spin. You know, I can't think of it, but anyway, yeah, we worked with her to do that article, and then when it ran, we figured major press would pick it up, and I've worked for major press, and they didn't pick it up, but we're working on some other things with press who may pick it up. But yeah, she wrote that story based on the information that we gave her and other people within the agency gave her, and I'm so blessed to know that there was some follow through from that and that you saw that. Please continue.
So we're just finding out here, you know,
Luna Brena. Thank you. Luna Brena.
That's right. We're just finding out here now in recent months that these people, the Liquor Cannabis Board, do not have a license to enforce any laws or the license to come in and investigate what they're calling crimes, or to they didn't have any warrants. Probably couldn't get a warrant if you're not a police agency. And
yeah, we know about that too.
It's you know, we just got railroaded. And so now we're not laying down, and we're calling on the NAACP, any other American entrepreneurs, you know, of African descent like ourselves, to join us, and we're going to get back what was taken from us, or we'll just, if not, we'll just figure out how to start it outside of their jurisdiction. There's farmers markets and independent cannabis stores opening up right now as we speak. So we want justice, or we're just going to have to do like we've done since civil rights or before civil rights. We'll just create our own way. Yeah,
and so we're leaving out a huge chunk of the story now that we're about to get into. And in a minute, I'm going to screen share the letter that NAACP wrote kind of on your behalf to Liquor and Cannabis Board. And also their letter kind of echoes what 10 statesmen said a number of years ago about the LCB being antagonistic and monopolistic and hateful toward cannabis. These 10 state reps who have gone silent, they had written in to say that, a lot of people are joining now. I love this. They had written in to say that the LCB is just a horrible.
Guys, I've came from Twitter. Do not kick me. You guys are about to be raided by a group of people. Just put the meeting on hold and then just start kicking random people.
Okay.
Yo, kick this guy. I don't know what he's talking about.
You're muted.
I hope your family dies in a fire. I hope your
family. Wow.
They're here to raid.
Now. Wow.
This is unacceptable behavior.
See how it is?
Nope.
This is what happens.
Nope.
Wow. Oh my God. This says it all. Ed Continelli, this says it all. Take this right to your people. You got to do this it all.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So, Kevin, here's what we're going to do. Look at this guy showing his fucking nasty cock on my page. Oh my God. Oh, so listen, what we're going to do now, we're going to continue this on my live feed, and we're out of here. Wow. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fucking motherfuckers. Fuck you. Look at this shit. Yeah. Wow. I'll take a screenshot out of that. I'll continue on my Facebook page. Bye-bye. See how it is? when we get that deep, this is what happens.
Oh, I was like looking over your shoulder, like, what the fuck was that? Man?
Right. Ben, come on in here, man. Come on in here. Say hello to the folks, man. This is my homie.
What's up?
Ben just got back. Ben's a professional welder, and if you need anything welded, call me. I'll call him. Okay.
Gotcha, Kevin.
Matter of fact, the seat frame on my BMW might need a little weld. So guess who's gonna do that?
Your boy.
Yeah. He won't mess up my fine Corinthian leather. Oh no, wait, that's my Cordova. Oh wait, I don't have a Cordova. Ricardo Montalban. I'm perfect. That's it.
That's
The play. Cut. Ben, listen to this, because this is the height of corruption.
I'm listening.
All right. What they told him was that you could get your license back, Negro, but what you're going to have to do, you're going to give away part of your business. All right? And this is the letter on September 13th that he was saying, like, below is a letter he wrote this to NAACP. I wrote to LCB in 2020. I was approached in April 2020 by some well-known community leaders who told me that they could help me get my cannabis license back because they were working with members of LCB and that I would have to split the licenses with their family members. I hope this is a good starting point to expose these crooks, and I do have evidence and a paper trail, but I'm working with attorney Michael Reed at phone number blah, blah, blah. Now, this is an accurate and true report of what's going on, so this can't be boosted because I'm a First Amendment lawyer, and I've written for Daily Press, as I mentioned before, and I've stated that this is his statement, okay? These are the allegations, and he's going to be sending me a signed affidavit tomorrow, but his kid is sick right now, so this cannot be stricken for defamation or slander. Go to hell. Next. Yeah, you want to fuck me, I'll tell you what the law is. So anyway, so there's the letter. They were instructed to send this letter to Ollie Garrett, and there was Chris and Nate Miles, okay? And I posted about Nate Miles before, okay? And so basically, Nate Miles' niece or something like that was going to get 49%, and it was all going to be cozy managed, all right? And this is not the first time I've heard allegations like this about Ollie Garrett. I'm going to tell you that, okay? So there's a letter right there that, was sent. It's the link is there on the page. You can go read it, okay? There's that. Now, here's the letter from NAACP. I'm going to take time to read this before I hang up because not that one, this one. NAACP, September 13, 2021. Keep in mind, I was an NAACP legal chair, okay? So, Dear Governor Jay Inslee, Washington State Legislature and applicable state agencies and entities. It has been 9 years since the voters passed Initiative 502, legalizing cannabis in Washington State. Since then, the war on drug policies have shifted from locking up our community to locking us out of the industry's economic opportunities. And that's why it's the new Jim Crow, folks. That's what I'm saying, okay? For nearly 70 years, African Americans were targeted, arrested, and convicted at alarming rates. And by the way, this is from the NAACP, and we're asking them to do something about this, okay? All right. And labeled criminals for selling dime bags on street corners in Washington State. Today, on that same street corner, privileged entrepreneurs are allowed to legally sell pounds for profit as long as the state gets its cut, while further suppressing the very communities previously targeted by the war on drug policies, Joe Biden and others, of course, that led us to mass incarceration. Currently, there are 560 retail licenses allotted in Washington State, but less than 5 is awarded to African American. In 2020, Washington State cannabis industry generated $8 billion in revenue, earning $2 billion for Washington State General Fund. Pause. Not puppy pause, but I mean pause for introspection. That's what you get when you get an English major come lawyer. Anyway, in 2020, Washington State enacted ES2HB, House Bill 2870, allowing the issuance of marijuana retail licenses under a social equity program. Let me time out on that. Okay, it's all a farce. What they're doing is they're trying to wait out the 6-year statute of limitations for RICO, to bring a RICO action against these crooks, all right? In its policy, not one mention of racial equity, nor its intent to make equal the disproportionate impact its drug policies have on African Americans. Instead, it assembles state agencies to help facilitate gatekeeping policies designed to benefit the industry, not the people. And let me tell you something else. What's his name? Chris Thompson, LCB. Breon Corbray, Chris Thompson, and I had a meeting with, what's her name? Oh, heavy, I can't remember her name right now. We had a meeting, and like 9 months ago, and it came out that it was going to be, like 9 months or so until we started seeing these licenses, these equity licenses. And there's a rumor out there that a couple of them were given, but they were bunk licenses, And so I put in a public information request on that. That's online. You can see it. And there's a rumor about that Black Excellence Cannabis got those licenses, but that they were like all like, they're bunk licenses. Okay. Anyway, so, God. Anyway, instead, it is simple state agencies to help facilitate gatekeeping policies designed to benefit the industry and other people. All right. As the nation's oldest civil rights organization, the NAACP is well versed on racial equity and its impact on communities, as well as economic oppression driven by institutions and industries that benefit and profit off the backs of our people. In 2011, African Americans made up 4.4% of state population, but 18% of the prison population. Now that cannabis is legal in Washington state, for the state to enact strategic policies that further restricts our community from equal economic opportunities is egregious and underscores the systemic racial inequities that continue to exist in many of our statewide economic policies. Alex, are you still bored? Therefore, we're calling on Governor Inslee, the state legislature, and all state agencies to develop and to implement anti-racist policies to allow equal economic opportunities for African Americans and communities of color. Meanwhile, the NAACP will remain diligent and disrupt all statewide efforts that continue to disenfranchise our community from the economic benefits of the cannabis industry. We can no longer wait nor anticipate true equity for restrictive cannabis policies built on institutional racism and white supremacy laws. We are done begging for what we have earned and deserve. In sincerity, Gerald Hankerson, President, NAACP, Washington, Oregon, and Alaska.